The companies are putting out misleading information to fool our members into abandoning our solidarity and putting pressure on negotiators. But our members are smarter than that and will not be fooled.
Let's talk about SAG-AFTRA. As you know, 160,000 actors with SAG-AFTRA are on strike right now. And there was a lot of hope and anticipation, and I think expectation, that after the writers were able to secure a deal for themselves that they ratified last week, I think it was, they ratified that deal. And it was a good deal. It was a pretty good deal. They didn't get everything they were asking for. I think they got about 50% of what they were asking for, but they also got quadruple what the companies were willing to give them when the strike started. So, you know, good deal. Good deal overall. And so there was definitely an expectation that, you know, okay, look, the companies have basically calmed down. They've got their temper tantrum out of their system, and so now they're going to negotiate in good faith with the actors. And unfortunately, it does not seem that that is the case, because on the 12th of last week, SAG-AFTRA released an announcement that contract talks had broken down, that companies had walked away from the table. And it's very unfortunate. And so here's their statement that they released last week. To our fellow SAG-AFTRA members, it is with profound disappointment that we report the industry CEOs have walked away from the bargaining table after refusing to counter our latest offer. We have negotiated with them in good faith, despite the fact that last week they presented an offer that was shockingly worth less than what they proposed before the strike began. So let that sink in for a second. After months on strike, the companies they offered a proposal worth less than what they went on strike over. Really bad faith bargaining, not a productive partner in negotiations. And so the union countered that terrible offer, slap in the face, with another. And the companies refused to submit another counterproposal. So industry CEOs have walked away from the bargaining table after refusing to counter our latest offer. These companies refuse to protect performers from being replaced by AI. They refuse to increase your wages to keep up with inflation, and they refuse to share a tiny portion of the immense revenue that your work generates for them. We have made big, meaningful counters on our end, including completely transforming our revenue share proposal, which cost the companies less than 57 cents per subscriber per year. Okay? That's crazy. How much do you pay every month for streaming services, all told? All told, I probably pay $50, $60 a month for streaming services, between 3 or 4 of them. And so what they're saying is, for each one, they want a revenue share proposal with 57 cents per subscriber per year, not per month. Right? So most of these, they're between like $10 and $20 a month. Okay, so let's just say at $10 a month, which is lower, I think, than even the lowest. I think the lowest right now is like $13, but just for easy math, let's say $10 a month. That's $120 a year. 57 cents divided by 120 is 0.475%. 0.5%. Less than half, much less than half, right? Remember, because some of these are actually coming on $20 a month now. So much less than 0.5% is what SAG-AFTRA is asking for from subscription revenue. They rejected our proposals and refused to counter. Instead, they use bully tactics. Just tonight, they intentionally misrepresented to the press the cost of the above proposal, overstating it by 60%. They've done the same with AI. claiming to protect performer consent, but continuing to demand consent on the first day of employment for use of a performer's digital replica for an entire cinematic universe or any franchise project. Right? So, I mean, think about any cinematic universe. The first thing that comes to mind should be Marvel. How many projects are in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And so under this proposal, you could have had the guy who played Hulk in 2006 sign this consent, and then forever in perpetuity, as long as it's in the same cinematic universe, he has no more say over that performer's digital replica.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
I mean, that's just a ridiculous thing to ask for. The companies are using the same failed strategy they tried to inflict on the WGA, putting out misleading information in an attempt to fool our members into abandoning our solidarity and putting pressure on negotiators. But just like the writers, our members are smarter than that and will not be fooled. We feel the pain these companies have inflicted on our members, our strike captains, IATSE, Teamsters, and basic craft union members, and everyone in this industry. We have sacrificed too much to capitulate to their stonewalling and greed. We stand united and ready to negotiate today, tomorrow, and every day. Our resolve is unwavering. Join us on the picket line and at solidarity events around the country and let your voices be heard. One day longer, one day stronger, as long as it takes. Signed, your TV Theatrical Negotiating Committee. So, a really devastating announcement from SAG-AFTRA. Just really, really gross. Very unfortunate. But, these are vampires and ghouls, and they don't respect their fellow man. The Hollywood labor unions, they put out a joint statement supporting SAG-AFTRA, these being, who are all of these unions? Okay, here we go. And this is from IATSE, they, on their website. In a display of continued unity, the Writers Guild of America West, the Writers Guild of America East, the Directors Guild of America, the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, the American Federation of Musicians, the Teamsters, the Hollywood Basic Crafts encompassing Teamsters Local 399, IBEW Local 40, LIUNA Local 724, OPC MIA Local 755, and UA Local 78. Issued a joint statement in support of the Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, SAG-AFTRA, in their ongoing negotiations with the studios represented by the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, AMPTP. Here's the statement. Our members work side by side for the same handful of employers, and our unions and guilds collectively stand united more now than ever. Each day a fair contract addressing actors' unique priorities is delayed is another day working professionals across our industry suffer unnecessarily. At this point, it should be clear to the studios and the AMPTP that more is needed than proposals which merely replicate the terms negotiated with other unions. We collectively demand the AMPTP resumes negotiations in good faith immediately, make meaningful moves at the negotiating table with SAG-AFTRA to address performers' specific needs and make the deal they deserve. So, good statement. Good to see that support from the other Hollywood unions. And really gross that the producers are doing this. Totally unnecessary.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, I was sort of hopeful after the writers got a deal that meant, progress was coming, but we'll see. I do love to see the solidarity from the other unions. We saw different unions like IATSE and of course, which is my union, which I'm very proud to be a member of, but also the Teamsters, other unions that are impacted in the entertainment industry, because a lot of folks are being impacted, not just the writers. I mean, not just the writers and the actors themselves, but anyone connected to the industry itself. So the studios are harming a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I suspect, I haven't seen opinion polls in the same way I've seen opinion polls about UAW and the Big Three, but I suspect that the American people are behind the actors and are behind the workers here and not the studios.
Yep. I've seen some opinion polls about that, and I can't remember the specifics, but it was very much in support of the workers and not the studios.
Absolutely.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.